Previously, we covered numeric data types, float, and int. Oftentimes in Python, we'll have to work with text, in which case we'll be dealing with string data types. The simplest definition I can come up with for a string is a series of characters, enclosed by either a double quote or a single quote, both of which work equally well. For example, set name equal to Amir. Print the name, and print the variable type. Print type name. If you run this cell, it gives us a string type str. If I replace Amir with double quotes Amir, it should work the exact same way. It outputs the same result, and it's still a string. However, there are some cases where one is advantageous over the other. For example, what if I wanted double quotes inside of my string? How would I do it? Let's try this. Set dialog equal to Amir said, "Hello, John." To which John replied, "Hello, Amir." All we have is a string with some dialogue inside, the dialogue indicated by the double quotes. If I try to run this, I'll get an error. There are two solutions to this. Instead of writing the string with a double quote, use a single quote. And you should be good to go. That way, you can use double quotes inside of your string. Let's run this. And everything works out fine. Let's assume inside of that same string, I wanted to use single quotes as well. That is, instead of John saying, "Hello, Amir," he says, "You're the best." You're the best. This doesn't work. You can't have single quotes inside of a single quote string. Not like that, at least. Unless we use a backslash in our string to include this quote. "You're the best," like so. Print it, and we're good to go. If you don't put the backslash, Python is going to think that this quote is what ends the string, and everything after it is extraneous. By putting the backslash, you're telling Python this quote is part of the string. It's not ending it. A common operation in strings is to concatenate them. We can concatenate strings. We can add strings the same way we added integers and floats with the plus operator. For example, set a variable segment1 is equal to I am 25, and set another variable segment2 is equal to years old. We need to concatenate these two strings to make a full sentence. What we'll do is we'll write full sentence is equal to segment1 plus segment2. If I print this full sentence, print full sentence, they are indeed concatenated, except we need a spacing in between them. So in between the two segments, we'll also add an empty space, plus empty space, and plus the segment number 2. And this achieves spacing in between the two strings. What's interesting is that strings can also be multiplied. For example, if I am a parrot and I want to repeat the sentence 10 times, simply print full sentence times 10. Output the result, and we get exactly what we expect. It repeats 10 times. Let's actually go ahead and set full sentence times 10 equal to a variable long sentence. Long sentence is equal to full sentence times 10. What if I asked you to count all the characters in that long sentence? That would take you a while. Well, I mean, you could just count the characters in this one sentence and multiply it by 10, but that's not very fun. Python has a useful built-in length function that returns the length of not only strings, but collection types as well. We can obtain the length of this long string by using the built-in function len for length, which takes in our long sentence value, long sentence. This length function will return the length of the string, so we'll just make sure to print it, put the value, and we get a value of 170. So far, we've only dealt with built-in functions like len or print that perform a specific action. This prints a value, and this returns the length of an object. Soon enough, we'll learn how to build our own functions. In the meantime, let's continue our crash course by next looking into the Boolean data type. We'll do that in the next video.